Hey everybody, it's Daniel. I wanted to do a little review video on this PRS Santana I got. I'll actually be doing two videos. I'll also be doing a video on this, which is also a Santana. This is the single cut one. I've seen a lot of stores selling them. I'm not sure if they're still making them or if they're just filling their orders for these from 2020. So, but I'll go into a little bit more in depth on this guitar. So, this one is just the regular, trying to get Ted out of the way here. This is just the regular Santana one you're going to find. But as you can tell, I've made some adjustments. So, these guitars stock, both this one and the gold and the single cut here, come stock with just black speed knobs. You know, I think it's just the easiest way to, to cut costs. Rather than put their kind of upper cost lampshade knobs. Personally, I hate speed knobs. I've seen them on basses. I've seen them on Gibsons. I've seen them on Epiphones. I've even seen them on Fenders. I've seen them everywhere. So usually the first thing I do is I swap those out. Ergo these. Originally when I took these off, I took two of the knobs off my Gibson Les Paul Standard 50s. These little bell knobs here, golden bell knobs. I put those on this. They actually looked really nice. And then when I took the bell knobs off this guitar and put it on the single cut, I missed them being on here. So these are just, I think these are just generic. I bought these off eBay. I bought 4 of them off eBay, like $5 or $10. And they were actually generic versions of the knobs that came on my Gibson SG Platinum. So they actually kind of work with the hardware here, the chrome nickel hardware. But I did order some all parts, 2 all parts gold bell knobs like the ones that are on here, and I will be putting those on. I'll probably be putting those on this one when they come back. The one other major change I made was I took out the stock pickups, which are Santana SE pickups, or that's what they call them. And I bought off eBay these old, I think 2000s era, like early 2000s McCarty bass and treble pickups. And then, of course, I put covers on them. The covers, FYI, if you want to know some fairly good covers, Gibson. These are Gibson covers. The same covers I used on my PRS Standard 24. Standard 24 SE. Now, I'll do a close-up. I don't know if you can tell. The only thing is, if you're really close up, you can notice these are slightly off, but not by much. Like, it's very difficult, and like you really have to stare hard. If you're on stage, like it's these two, the 2E ones, it's a little bit off. But, I mean, it's very hard to notice. And in a pinch, unless you really, your face isn't looking at it, you're not going to notice. So, these work. I got 2 of these from Sweetwater, and they work just fine. So anyway, and I'll kind of go over a little bit of the tones, just a little quick run through. But I did kind of want to go over the pickups. So they're just basic Santana SE pickups. I actually have them. I'm selling them on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. Probably going to do the same. I'm going to do the same thing for the stock pickups in here. Just to let you know, yeah, they're branded Santana SE pickups, generic pickups. There's nothing wrong with them per se. For me, it's a tonal thing. I'm looking for more of a PAF tone. And there's a little bit more bite, a little bit more sizzle. They definitely sound like more modern, harder rock pickups. And that's kind of not what I'm looking for. A little bit higher output. I tend to like lower output pickups. Again, kind of like the PAF range. So, but what I'll say is with this guitar, or with these pickups in them, the McCarty bass and trebles, this guitar, which I think was a slightly under 8, It was like it was just a little less than 8, you know, and this guitar sounds like right up there with, or comparable, or even maybe even a little bit better than my Gibson standard 50s Les Paul. It's definitely, it's hard. It's hard to choose between the two of them in a shootout video. It would be difficult to say. But these pickups sound very much like PAFs. For those who don't know, they're named McCarty for Ted McCarty, who the former president of Gibson, who Paul Reed Smith was able to kind of pull out of retirement to kind of consult on some guitars and pickups. That's how he got the single cut, for which Gibson sued him. And they also developed some pickups like the McCarty bass and trebles, which just sound, not shockingly, sound like Gibson PAFs. So anyway, that's what this sounds like, and that's exactly the sound I wanted. Having said that, what I will say is, even if you don't like the pickups, this is definitely a good guitar to get. I definitely don't regret buying this. I got it from my local, from Eldorado Hills Music. There, and my guitar teacher is teaching there once a week, so basically I go in there and I stare at their wall of PRS guitars and contemplate my life choices and how many organs I can sell to try and buy as many of the PRSs on that wall as possible. So far, it's only been this one I've been able to buy from them. So anyway, this guitar, I think it's a mahogany body with a maple top, and then it's got a little veneer, flame maple veneer on it. You can kind of see it on this cutaway here. Like, that's the top right there. That's the top, and that's the mahogany body. I believe the scale is 25.5 inches, and it's 24 frets. Being a Gibson devotee, I have to say I am loving on, so far, all 3 of the PRSs I have 24 frets, and I'm definitely loving it. Even playing my Gibsons, I am kind of like missing that extra 1 or 2 frets, you know, that extra little octave, that little bit. It's like, you know, if you never had it, you won't miss it, but once you have the 24 frets, it's very hard to go back. So, you know, the one thing about the Switch is it looks a little like, so Gibson players or any other player might try to go up and down on it. The way this one works is it goes forward, so it goes leftward, left and up for the neck pickup, down and right for the bridge pickup, and then a middle. No push-pull tone on either of Santana's guitars, either this one or the single cut. There's no push-pull tones, there's no little mini switches, just a regular standard volume tone pot. The neck, which is kind of their normal design, is wide. They call it, I think it's the wide fat neck. I would say it's very reminiscent of a 57, 58 Les Paul. Playing my Les Paul standard 50s and playing this, swapping between them, it's really not hard. Now, my preference is actually on the standard 24, the standard 24 SE guitar. It has a pattern thin neck. I actually like that one a little bit better because that's a little bit more like my SG. But having said that, this is not an uncomfortable neck. It really did not take me long to get used to it. Again, it's very Les Paul-like, 50s Les Paul-like. Maybe more like a 58. So let me run through the tones. Clean, we're just clean, nothing on. This is just the neck pickup right here. Middle, so it's both pickups. bridge. Now, where this shines is with the distortion. So my signal chain is I've got my little Vox AC4 TV Mini tube amp plugged into this the Chinese Centaur copy. I've got the gain dimed completely all the way on. Treble is about is at noon, so it's about the halfway point, and output volume is about 11 o'clock. So again, we'll just go to the neck pickup. Neck bridge neck, so the middle position. Bit of a harmonic there. Bridge pickup. As you can hear, these are very PAF-like. Like I said, that's what I want. I want that Les Paul tone, that throatiness. There is some bite, a little bit of bite and crunch, but unlike, to my ears, the stock Santana SE pickups, there's too much of that, versus here, it is balanced with a bit more of that kind of vintage compressed sound. It is that vintage mid-range tone. Definitely has, yeah, it just has that, again, that just vintage PAF tone. So overall, actually not even overall, I would highly suggest this guitar. Would I buy it again, even with the pickups and everything? Yes, I would absolutely say to buy it. Again, the pickup sounds are to your own ears. Maybe you'll pick one up, you'll go play it in your local store, and you'll find nothing wrong with the pickups. Perfect. I've heard some people who've done nothing to change the pickups. They left the stock pickups, done nothing to it, and they were able to get the Santana sound, even with those pickups. So, but as is, for me, as it is right now, this is a keeper guitar. This is one of those guitars that I'm not selling. Like, there's other guitars in my collection I can see myself selling if I needed to. This is one of the ones I'm going to be keeping. It's going to be one of my 10 guitars that I own, 8, 10, whatever guitars I own, that they're just perfect for me. So I would highly suggest, if you have a store that you can go into and play one, go play one. And I promise, I'm fairly sure that you're not going to want to walk away empty-handed. You're not going to want to go home without it. So thank you for watching. Leave any comments, any questions down below. The next video I'll be doing will be this one, which is also a Santana SE. And maybe at some point, if it's requested or something, maybe once because I'm going to get the pickups swapped out on this one, maybe once I get that done, I'll compare them. I'll see if there's any tonal difference. I'll do it. Maybe I'll do a little shoot off with them or something. And maybe if I can learn a Santana song or feel comfortable enough jamming on one, I'll do a Santana cover with this guitar. So, thank you very much, and thank you for watching.